Brains and the Beat. If you're new here, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. And if you're oldie but goodie, thank you for staying tuned to your girl. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about a 22-year-old that is alleging that her home was taken out without her permission and without her knowledge. So let's get into this story. It says, a 22-year-old woman's world was shattered after doctors removed her womb last December. The woman, Shornette Carr, said her ordeal began last July when she was told by doctors at Kingston Public Hospital that she had lost the baby she was carrying. She said that she was 3 months pregnant at the time. July 25th, 2018. I went to KPH because I was passing clots of blood and was feeling a lot of pain in my belly. They used a spatula to open the vagina and said I was having a miscarriage. They then sent me to Jubilee where they did a D&C, Carr told the Weekend Star.
So this is Shornette Carr, a 24-year-old or 22-year-old student, I should say, and this is her story.
D&C refers to dilation and curettage, a procedure to remove tissue from the inside of the uterus. Doctors performed it to deal with uterine conditions such as heavy bleeding or to clear the uterine lining after a miscarriage or abortion. So if you have a dash your belly, you know what a D&C is. Alright, so don't get up in your feelings, man. Disappointed that she had lost her baby, Carr left Victoria Jubilee Hospital in a lot of pain, both physical and mental. But her world was further turned upside down when she found out she was still pregnant. Carr said that a month after the D&C, she went to Spanish Town Hospital to address the constant pain. She was told to do a pregnancy test, which to her surprise came back positive. My baby had active body parts and seemed fine. That's after they told her she had a miscarriage and performed a D&C on her. Then they tell her that she's still pregnant. Confused.
So, can you imagine being told that your baby has died from a miscarriage and dealing with that trauma, dealing with that those feelings, and then going to the doctors and being told that your baby is alive and well, and then being told that your baby is dead again? Can you imagine the hardship and everything she must have gone through, physically, emotionally, psychologically? That must have been hard.
About the discovery, Carr said she brought the results back to Jubilee and started to ask questions about the D&C that was performed only weeks before. Carr said that she was still in pain and sought the assistance of the doctor to find out what was the cause of her discomfort. I kept going back to the hospital because I was in pain and they kept telling me that it may be an infection. When I was about 5 months, I went back again and said I have a bladder infection and I got an injection and then they sent me home. They said that since the baby is fine and growing, I should just keep going to the clinic for checkups. Wow. If that was in any other country, they definitely wouldn't send her home, especially going to the hospital multiple times and she's pregnant. Pregnant women are top priorities for doctors, so they would actually have her stay in the hospital to monitor her and to see why she's in so much pain. They wouldn't send her home just like that. But anyways, the news of the baby progress caused Carr to choose the name Miracle for the child. Her joy, however, was short-lived. On the 29th of November, I was at home washing and I felt like I couldn't breathe. I rushed to the hospital, and when I went there, the doctor was feeling for a heartbeat but did not get one. I was admitted, and in the night I did an ultrasound, and they said that the umbilical cord was separated from me but was still attached to my baby, and the baby had died. Anybody has been pregnant and worried about stuff like that happening? When I was pregnant with Kai, I was paranoid to the point that every single hour I used to make sure that he's kicking or I feel some form of movement or something. So to go through all of that and then find out that you have a stillborn is something that is very hard to deal with. For days, Kerr said that they tried to induce labor by inserting pills in her vagina and giving her oral medication. However, nothing worked. On day 7, Kerr said the doctor decided they need to do a cesarean section, which she agreed to. So they waited 7 days to get the baby out? What? Once there is no heartbeat or the baby is in distress, you can't find a pulse or any of that, the baby is supposed to come out immediately. Wow. I was told that after they took out the baby, I was bleeding out and they had to call a senior doctor. They said I was cut from my navel up to my chest to see why was I bleeding, and when the doctor opened me up, she said all my organs and intestines clamped down on the urethra, and when she removed all of that, she saw that my womb was badly torn up and she had to remove it. Carr said she...
So let's take it back to sex education and what a womb is, because a lot of people may be lost and don't even know what a womb is. I inserted a picture, and the picture shows an upside down triangle. That is the womb of a female, and that is where your baby lives. That is where your baby grows, and without that you can't have a child. And remember, Charlotte is 22 years old. That's a death sentence to most females.
Cried non-stop after hearing the news. My pressure go up, everything go up. I got therapy to help me deal with the loss of my baby and my womb. My mom said that if I wanted to come out of the hospital, I need to get my pressure down and get better. She said, well, nothing that her mom and boyfriend have been her rock since the incident. Since December, Carr said she had made a complaint to the hospital and asked for a report on what happened to her, but her requests have fallen on deaf ears. Carr said she acquired the services of a lawyer. However, he was told that her docket could not be found, and that is not surprising because there is so many things that went wrong with her. I can only imagine they're steering clear of her case because they don't want a lawsuit because they will get sued, and that is factual. I hope she actually goes through with a lawsuit because the emotional toll that this takes on a woman. I can't imagine going through your pregnancy, a doctor telling you that there's no heartbeat, the baby's umbilical cord is detached, and there is no urgency. They waited 7 days before they did a cesarean section. Once a baby heartbeat is not found, the next thing is to get the baby out. They waited 7 days to take the baby out, and not only that, they removed her womb without her permission. The attempt to contact Colin Wright, CEO of KPH and VJH, for comment repeated calls to her cell phone went unanswered, and that is not surprising either. I actually hope she goes through with it because I feel like she would actually win. There's too many stuff that went wrong in her case and too many red flags in her case. So I hope she went through with it, and I hope this is a learning lesson for other mothers out there in Jamaica. You have to advocate for not only yourself, for also your unborn child. They're not going to take everything you say seriously, and it's up to you to make sure they take it seriously. So she went to the doctor multiple times and they sent her home multiple times. If I was in her position, I wouldn't have gone home. They literally would have probably called police to drag me out of the hospital, because I wouldn't go home knowing that something is wrong with me, and when I went home I still would be in the same predicament as when I left. But comment what your thoughts are in the comment section below. Do you think that she should go through with a lawsuit? Do you think that she would actually win? Do you think that she forgot about giving them permission about taking out her womb, or she was drugged up and she don't remember? What would you do if you're a female in her position? What are your thoughts and opinions? Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Leave your comments in the comment section below, and I'll see you in the next one.